Today we are going to talk about the Martian Programme of China. And this opinion was delivered by the Consul General, the Chinese Consul General, who is stationed in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. And his name is Li Yang. So that as we have known that the Tianwen-1 explorer had landed on the surface of Mars, and also the Martian rover called Zhurong has started taking a journey on the surface of this red planet. And we need to talk about the significance of the Martian Programme of China. There are several points of this program. First of all, it can effectively lift the level of confidence of the Chinese nation, and it can further lift the position of speech for China and the international status for the country of China. China is the second country who has successfully landed its rover on the surface of Mars. It's the second nation to land a working rover. The Soviet Union has done it before, but they lost contact very soon after it landed on Mars. So this has shown the significance and the great achievement of China. And also, it's actually more than that. The United States started the Martian exploration since 1964, and after several times of failure, only on July the 4th of 1997 did they send the first Martian rover to the surface of Mars, and the weight was only 10.5 kilograms, and it was something of experimental level. But China, comparatively, China only started the Martian exploration since the year 2016. And it only took 5 years and only one time of launch. And the cost, compared to the cost spent by the United States, it was only several thousands. One of several thousands. So it's a very tiny fraction of the expenditure of the U.S. And China made it, and it leveled, and it reached the level that the United States took over 50 years to reach. And even there are something better than that, since it's a triple mission in one row. So obviously, it can boost up the national pride of Chinese people, and there could be praise from the outside, and there could be some people who are jealous, but nonetheless, it's a great achievement, and it can really lift the position of China in the world stage. And besides that, the Martian mission can also help progress of technology in other fields, and can also help push up the level of talents in other fields. And the Martian exploration is unlike the lunar exploration, and the Martian one should be something of deep space. But whatever it is, this is called space science engineering, and it needs a very high level of integration of sciences. So in that case, it can help other technologies in other fields to move on. And it can be used for not only on the surface of Moon or Mars, but it can also be used on the international, on the space station, the Chinese space station, which was just launched not a long time ago. And it could be sciences regarding the environment of magnetics, gravity, the environment, and ecology, things like that. And all of this very different from Earth. And lots of materials and devices that tested on Earth cannot be compared with the real scenario, which are tested in outer space. So that is something unique, and that's something that most countries cannot do. So that is the significance, obviously. And also, in addition to that, it's also very helpful to gather precious resources in the outer space for the stuff that we can find on the surface of Mars and Moon, or even asteroids in the future. We can that includes important mineral resources as well as other things. So if we can explore them in the right way without damaging the environment of the relevant, the respective planets, that can really help a lot. And actually, China has extracted sample of lunar soil several months ago, and in the future, the similar soil will be extracted from Mars as well. And with all the resources, many of these cannot be found on Earth, and some of them might be able to be found on Earth, but they are very rare. That is, it's like a pilot program which can help the overall technology and the technological advancement. And also, the strong powers in the world, extremely the United States, has grabbed the resources beforehand. So China has no choice but to catch up, to get the relevant things that is needed following the U.S. And also, it's also very helpful for the future of the humankind. It actually is not something that sounds like science fiction. It's actually the reality. The civilizations on Earth actually face three kinds of threats. The first threat could be caused by the disorder of the development of humankind ourselves, such as overly exploring the resources on Earth, and that could deteriorate the ecological environment of Earth, and we need to avoid that. And second possible threat is the threat from extraterrestrial civilizations. In other words, it can be called as an alien invasion. Of course, it sounds like a film, but technically speaking, that's not impossible. We need to take it into consideration. And the third threat is the possible collision from the outer space. We can think about the dinosaur, how they got extinct. That's because of some huge collision from the objects from outer space. So under these three scenarios, we need to find solutions. Of course, we need to improve the environment here on Earth. However, on the other hand, we also need to explore the outer space to find a substitute for us to live in. And also, of course, we also need to know more about other planets so that we can know more about our planet, since from the trace and the history of the evolution of other planets, we can foresee what's possibly happening on Earth in the future. So that is really something that is very needed. Of course, the Martian exploration is just a start, just a tiny start of the deep space exploration of China and the humankind. And there's still a lot of things to do. In the future, China might use the Mars as a relay station, and maybe we could launch missions from Mars to other planets in the solar system. China has announced that they could set up asteroid defense system, which means that it is very realistic to trace those asteroids which can possibly crash onto on Earth, so that China can derail them or destroy them. So China has a lot of responsibilities for the whole world and for humankind. So basically, that is about the significance of the Chinese Martian exploration.